Oh boy. How's it going, people? Liberal Hill. Got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to do today. I'm going to live stream, maybe on Twitch, maybe on YouTube. Just Cause 3. Decent game. And also, with Tech Rev, we're going to talk about Impact Wrestling. Do a review of that one. But beforehand, I wanted to get this video out. Maybe get a little breakfast before Just Cause 3 or lunch, whatever. So, look. First of all, let's talk about Trump and his insane tweets. Basically, look, the guy's guilty. He's putting out basically a message to the Attorney General to stop an investigation upon him. Now, if you were innocent, you wouldn't even give a fuck. You would just, hey, do it. I got nothing to hide. This guy is ranting and raving on Twitter like a maniac. He knows the walls are closing in, and he's like, hey, Jeff Sessions, shut down. Please shut down. Please. They're getting too close. Shut it down. You didn't put a stooge there that's going to just follow my every willing command. That's going to be basically a puppet for me. What are you doing? But stop it. That's just hilarious. Then, before I get to the main course of this video, let me talk about a guy. Well, I kind of don't want to talk about him because, look, from what I've noticed on YouTube, a lot of these right-wing Republican guys that have these main channels like the ABLs and the other guys, whatever, they lie. They lie all the time. They don't give the whole story. And they just paint a narrative to where, oh, it's the word against conservatives. Black people are just crying and they get fair treatment and blah, 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 blah. So, there's this guy, Red Elephant. And I was looking at a Dark Souls video, and then all of a sudden on the side, because I had an interaction with him on Twitter, and because of stuff linked or whatever, or just algorithm, his video popped up. He was like, oh, it's Black Lives Matter and puppeteering and something like that. And he was, the beginning of the video is like, you heard the names of the black people that have been killed. Philando, Trayvon, Michael Clark, blah, 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 blah. But what you haven't heard, and this is where he tries to throw the curveball. These white people. Why? Because the media knows putting black people on television who have been killed while unarmed is going to boost up ratings. Why don't they talk about the white people that got... I got a cat. Anyway, you don't know, why don't white people who are killed unarmed, why don't they talk about it in the media? Now, that's a fair point. But then you look into it. You use the internet to research why. Why don't, big rallies and why don't they get media coverage? Why aren't they covered? Well, for the most part, hell, I would say like 98% of people, or the white people who have been killed by police, the police are held responsible. The police are indicted on charges. The police immediately settle with the owner, with the family victims. They don't make the family victims or the victims look like the enemy. So yeah, I would hope that on television, the black people that are killed unfairly and unarmed would get some kind of justice and would get television exposure to, one, bring light upon the case so that other forces like FBI, CIA, I think the FBI would get involved, or Supreme Court would get involved in these small towns or just towns that have a system to where, hey, the police officer knows this person and the sheriff knows this person. So if something happens, hey, don't indict my officers. Don't judge the case fairly. Don't look at evidence. Just completely shit on the victim or shit on the person that got killed. Make him look like the bad guy. Put my officers on paid administrative leave. And if I do have to fire, you just hire them somewhere else, like down the road in the county. No, we don't want that. That's why. And like I said, Republicans, they're trash, bro. They're liars. You can't believe them. Like, there are some, but they're so like. Let me talk about that in another video, because this right here, the main course of this video, why you're all here, this is just too good. Like, this is something like a bad B-movie villain would say. But this is the president and his administration. So, if you don't know, Obama, he put into act this thing to where cars in the future, they would have to be really fuel efficient, really safe, and all that. The goal was to get cars, I think, up to like maybe like 75 or 100 miles per gallon, just like any car. Whether it's electronic or fuel, you want to get the most fuel efficiency, which I would think anybody would want better fuel efficiency, better safety. But according to the Trump administration and Trump, that's not what people want. People don't want safer vehicles. They want heavier, cheap vehicles. Okay, so I'm going to read this real quick. Fuel efficiency is dangerous for drivers. The Trump administration claims low carbon fuel standards designed to encourage the use of cleaner fuels pose danger to. The administration said in proposal assessed by the Associated Press, the administration's rationale is that if people's cars get better gas mileage, they will drive more and thus face more risk. Fuel efficiency standards acquired of new vehicles have been toughened up during the Obama era. The Trump administration gave early notice this year it will roll back the fuel standards. Now, let me stop right here. The reason they're doing fuel standard rollbacks is because Trump is lobbied and had got a lot of money donated to him by the oil companies. So basically, the oil companies have him in their back pocket. And what don't the oil companies like? Better fuel efficiency, because you have to spend less money at the tank. They make less money. They ruin the environment more. Hey, we could have cars that run off batteries, or cars that 100% ethanol, or do other things. But no, they want you to spend monstrous amounts of money at the gas tank, and get this: the less fuel efficiency you have, the more you have to spend at the tank, because you have to keep going back to what? Fuel your tank. So let's keep reading. Put in place under President Obama, anticipating the new regulation, California and 16 other states sued the U.S. EPA in May. Some of the latest environmental views to be voiced by the administration are yet attempts to turn Obama's administration policies on their head and support big business. Obviously, I mean, Trump has to pay back those donors. I'm rich. I don't need their money. Oh, you want me to check NRA for this, like 30 million? Okay. Oh, oil companies. Oh my God, oil companies. However, others have pointed out that the government has a decades-long history of extreme reactions to existing policy when it comes to energy. But what it may. Transport specialists are disputing the administration's current claims that vehicles would be heavier, cheaper, and in greater demand if they don't have to meet strict fuel requirements. In addition, cited by experts, Press. Experts cited by the Associated Press also say heavier vehicles wouldn't necessarily be safer, as lighter vehicles made of materials like aluminum and titanium perform about the same or even better than older vehicles when they're crash tested. A full proposal for changes to... Okay. Here's the whole basis of this. Trump, who is in the pockets of the oil companies, wants to make cars heavier, cheaper, and not follow one single piece of fuel efficiency. Why? Like, well, I just said he's in the pocket for oil companies, but also he's trying to hype up his really stupid Southern base to the point of, look, I don't know if you ever heard this. A lot of people say this. Hey, cars aren't made of stuff because they're made of plastic and all this right here. I remember when cars were made of metal, they were safer. You get look. That's not the case anymore. These newer cars, they're safer, and like you said in the article, they can perform a lot better in crashes. Look, the metal's cool or whatever, but in terms of safety for your body, that metal, what does it do when it gets crashed into? Yeah, the metal, might be able to bend it out, but it sends a shock wave throughout the car, and you have less safety features compared to newer cars. So if you make a car heavier, what do you have to do? Well, if you have to make a car heavier, you're not going to use aluminum. You may use titanium, but you can use a heavier metal that sends a bigger shock wave when it's hit. Like it's physics or whatever. But anyway, but the main point, it's really not even about it. It's about the fuel efficiency. He wants to make big, heavy vehicles with gas tanks that are barely non-existent and also cheap. What happens when things are cheaply made? They're poorly built, and you have more risk of them breaking. So, in essence, Trump, he wants cars made cheaply, heavy as hell, no gas mileage. I know he's trying to get into that redneck base of, I got me a big old truck. I got me a big truck, it's heavy, But with advances in technology that anybody with internet access can see, you could have that same big truck thing with the safety features, made of aluminum, just as strong, and also get as screamingly great gas mileage. I think I saw I think Chevy, they did something to where, I don't know if they already rolled it out or they're going to. I know they did this on an SUV, a 4-cylinder that's turbo, I mean either turbo or twin turbo diesel that gets up to, I think 70 miles per gallon and has the power of a V8 diesel, but yet you're spending less gas and you're getting better fuel efficiency. That's what Trump's against. I don't know anybody that would be for this. Oh yeah, I want me a cheaply made heavy car with no gas mileage. You like driving? You like driving, bro? You like driving without filling up? I don't know. I'm gonna get out of here, but I would like for somebody who's opposed to this, just completely opposed to what I'm saying, and give me a reason why you would want a cheaply made heavy car truck with bad gas mileage. I would want to see the defense on this, because hey, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong for wanting a car that has great gas mileage and has the option of electric or fuel, but I can get maybe 80 miles per gallon, maybe more, on a gallon of gas, and it has great safety features, and it's not 5 tons or whatever for a single car. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. Tell me your thoughts on this.